Out. That is exactly what I'm talking about, and that is exactly what's going on in the City of Angels. Yeah, I know that I'm wearing this shirt. Tried to look for the hat, couldn't find it. Whatever. This is this is fine. This is plenty. But anywho, got to had to bring this on because I want to basically open up here with. We seriously need to understand that there's going to be something going on that's really exciting here, everyone. I'm making a bold prediction here. California is going to flip red. I made this prediction in 2018, 2020. But this is all the more reason to actually get just wholeheartedly know why this is a huge and what. Oh man.
Hey,
Yeah, hey.
how's it going?
It's going well, but I just wanted to say to you in the audience, it's true. The reason why that California is going to flip red this next cycle. It's going to flip red very soon.
Yeah.
And why is that? Because a lot of people well, I don't need to say such things, but we'll get into the LA riots, but I want to introduce everybody to this wonderful speech, and because I want to ask people, who do you think is mostly pissed off than anybody with the immigrants coming in? Leave your answer in the comment section. All participants are welcome, but because they're celebrating the Mexican immigrants, which I don't mind. Okay, it's like if you're legal, fine, whatever. But nobody is touching upon who is wanting them to kick out and who is going to who the Democrats are mostly going to predominantly lose.
way you go, that's who gets it. You're in a position to determine who'll go to the White House and who'll stay in the doghouse. You're the one who has that power. You can keep Johnson in Washington, D.C., or you can send him back to his Texas cotton patch. You're the one who sent Kennedy to Washington. You're the one who put the present Democratic administration in Washington, D.C. The whites were evenly divided. It was the fact that you threw 80% of your votes behind the Democrats that put the Democrats in the White House. When you see this, you can see that the Negro vote is the key factor. And despite the fact that you are in a position to be the determining factor, what do you get out of it? The Democrats have been in Washington, D.C. only because of the Negro vote. They've been down there 4 years. And all other legislation they wanted to bring up, they brought it up and gotten it out of the way, and now they bring up you. And now they bring up you. You put them first and they put you last. Because you're a chump.
Not only that, but the black community has especially humongously black women have put the Democrats up front so much that now Newsom is being put in the back, has basically put them in the back burner. Yeah. So there is, the black community is beyond pissed off, and we're going to even cover some of that today.
A political chump. In Washington, D.C., in the House of Representatives, there are 257 who are Democrats. Only 177 are Republicans. In the Senate, there are 67 Democrats. Only 33 are Republicans. The party that you bash controls 2/3 of the House of Representatives and the Senate, and still they can't keep their promise to you because you're a chump. Anytime you throw your weight behind a political party that controls 2/3 of the government, and that party can't keep the promise that it made to you during election time, and you're dumb enough to walk around continuing to identify yourself with that party, you're not only a chump, but you're a traitor to your race. And what kind of alibi do they come up with? They try and pass the buck to the Dixiecrats. Now, back during the days when you were blind, deaf, and dumb, ignorant, politically immature, naturally you went along with that. But today, as your eyes come open and you develop political maturity, you're able to see and think for yourself. And you can see that a Dixiecrat is nothing but a Democrat in disguise. You look at the structure of the government that controls this country. It's controlled by 16 senatorial committees and 20 congressional committees. Of the 16 senatorial committees that run the government, 10 of them are in the hands of Southern segregationists. Of the 20 congressional committees that run the government, 12 of them are in the hands of Southern segregationists. And they're going to tell you and me that the South...
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to start on that note because that is a classic speech. And to me, they didn't listen for 5 fucking decades. Yeah. Now it's come to haunt them. Because now,
although both sides of the spectrum, of the political spectrum, were bought and paid for, and sold this out. So
I'm not denying that. Yeah. I'm saying that I'm really saying that they are putting, the Democrats have made so many promises to the black community, mm-hmm. and they and the reason why I'm like bringing all this up is because the black community, believe it or not, it's not white people. It's not the white community, and this is why I say in the title, Black Community Redefines White Nationalism, because that's what a lot of these leftoids really, really want to freaking say. Oh, this is white nationalism, you stupid white supremacists. The ones who are voting most of these people out the most, black folks. It's black folks that are affected by this the most, and we're going to cover that here, at least quasi, or at least to the best of our abilities. This is a black chick saying this, by the way, not a white Trump supporter. Okay, oh, I don't know who, if she supports Trump or not, but yeah. Oh, the black community is pissed off, beyond pissed off today with the right. You know, there are going to be like counter protesters, and trust me, it's not going to be Proud Boys. It's going to be ghetto black folks who are being invaded, because the ghettos and everything, those are the first places that these white liberal Democrats, that these white leftists, they're not forcing it into the middle class or the upper middle class or even upper class communities. It's the broke communities, which is predominantly black. And now it's the black folks. It's black folk who are preaching, get the hell out of here.
Is it loading?
What's that?
Is it loading?
Oh no, it's loaded. I'm just
Oh, okay.
none. Longer than that. He's been trying to close off the borders since the 80s.
And the things that they said that they're going to do, we're used to that. But now that we have somebody that actually delivers on their promises and is getting these people up out of here, now everybody is in an uproar. And you know what they're doing? Destroying LA. They are destroying LA. Man, I'm telling you, if I didn't have a daughter that I had to attend to, I would be out there covering that junk on the ground. They are absolutely destroying it. They throwing stuff at the National Guard. Trump had to send the National Guard into Los Angeles to prevent them from absolutely burning down the city. And you've heard nothing from Gavin Newsom. Karen Bass is advocating for practically doxing ICE agents that are arresting illegal migrants who the people that they arrested, the majority of them had crimes that they had perpetuated here in the United States of America. We rocking with that?
No.
Y'all going? All right, no worries. We can continue. But there's plenty of people. And I was surprised. I was surprised at all of the people because it wasn't just white people. It was a ton of people. I said, yo, I thought that these people was a part of the 92 and the 78%. It's a lot of people that's saying, nah, man, what the hell is going on over here in Los Angeles?
Now, what's crazy is people think that they can come to America illegally and have fucking rights. That shit doesn't make no damn sense. Y'all bring y'all ass over here illegally and then think that you have rights of an American citizen, which is some bullshit, bro. And honestly, you know what I mean? I lived in LA for 2 years, so I seen the healthcare and the Medicare and the welfare system. And honestly, hardworking fucking Americans are paying the bill for all these illegal motherfuckers to have health insurance, to be able to get welfare, food stamps.
YouTube, we are not saying this.
Child care, all this shit right here is, we are footing the bill. The people that are actually tax-paying American citizens are footing this motherfucking bill for all these people. And they have the fucking nerve to get mad and have fucking attitudes and be upset with us for not wanting to continue to foot the bill for they motherfucking ass. Bro, we can barely afford to foot the bill for our goddamn self. But we are paying the bill for all y'all illegal motherfuckers to be over here and doing whatever the fuck y'all want. Not only are y'all over here illegally making money, y'all illegally not paying fucking taxes. So that means that all this free money that y'all are making.
Because a lot of them, and he's right, and a lot.
And so why should anybody be arrested? Why should anybody be arrested for not paying their taxes? If that's how the rules are with people who are just coming in here for a better life, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. You're not doing your job, so you don't deserve no money.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on this thus far? What's going on here?
Hey, they're not wrong. I'll put it that way.
Now, don't get me wrong. We have had a lot of not a lot, but some people, some associates in our band in the past and even some in the present that are avid, huge Latino advocates, Mexico nationalists, which is fine in my opinion. But the fact,
hey, I mean, I love Mexican culture. I love Mexican food, and
oh, me too.
Celebrations and I love that salt of the earth. They're hardworking. They're religious, very spiritual people, and I know they add a lot to the culture. Like I have no issues.
But there have been quite a bit of them, who come in here. We actually have had known someone like that personally, and you know who I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, well, how is that a bad thing? You're coming in, well, it was my mom and this, that, and the third. It's like, okay, yes, and you benefited from it. You benefited from it, and you're bitching about it.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what about this and what about that? It's like, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this. Do you want me to defend you, or do you want me to defend the black community? because I can't defend both, because you are invading their space. You are replacing the black community. So which one do you want me to feel sorry for?
Well, I mean, I don't have any problem anyone from anywhere, you know, coming in the
No one had the correct way. I mean,
well,
that's fine.
earning your way in, you know, like if you don't have the money but you have the ambition and you have the skill, like I'm all for like earn your way in if there's a way to do that. I'm not against it, but
That's
well,
a visa. That's
yeah,
a visa. You
yeah,
a work permit, and they need they need to show. You need to show that you are in it for the betterment of the country that you're going to, not the country that you're running from.
yeah, if you're a good team player, if you assimilate enough, I mean, you can bring your own culture with you, and I have nothing against that. In fact, I support that. I mean, we all come, you know, we all come from somewhere else, you know, somewhere down the line. So, you know, and I think it's great to embrace that, and I'm not against that at all, you know. I mean, America is a melting pot, so
Yes, but let me ask you this: when
but
you have several
I
cultures
think,
clash?
yeah, and if I were to move to another country, I would have to follow the law and, you know, assimilate accordingly, you know. I'd have to, and you know, a lot of people do. I'm not saying I'm not saying no one does, you know, a lot of people do, obviously, but it's just, but you know, I just my problem, well, my number one problem are the criminals, you know, like the cartel and they like that kind of stuff being
Yeah, they're not bringing in their best people. That is what people are saying, and that's what 47 is. 47 is saying they're welcome. Everyone is, but they need to do it the right way, and they can't and they need to be an asset. They can't be liability. But all these people are saying no. Everyone is welcome.
yeah, you know, and you have to have discernment. I mean, is everyone allowed in your house? You know, are you gonna open your doors to just anyone and everyone just because? I mean, is
Why
that
have doors? Why have doors? Why have
why
locks or
lock?
fences?
Why have gates? Why have doors? Yeah, just, you know, hey,
Everything should be an open campfire, right?
are you okay with someone coming in and just, you know, raiding your fridge and your drinks and, you know,
Oh, someone's horny.
yep,
Someone is horny. Who's gonna protect? There's nowhere where around,
yep. I mean, are you
and we're disarmed because we don't need firearms because we
charged?
got the police.
Yeah,
But f the police at
you
the same
okay with
time.
that? Are you, you know, are you fine with that? I mean, you gotta think about these things, you know,
Yeah.
in a
A lot of
nutshell.
these people,
Oh, continue.
In a nutshell. No, go ahead.
they actually not only are they sending the majority of what they make back to their home country, back to their people back there, and they looking to get more of their people over here in the United States of America, but most of them is not paying taxes because they working under
The structure motorized pergola system is reinventing the way homeowners experience the outdoors. The most
table. So when you listen to these law enforcement people, or you listen to these politicians, or you listening to these legislators, and they always saying stuff like, "Oh, and they," but no, they don't. No, they don't. A lot of them are not. Absolutely, I would say the majority of them are not. Absolutely, they don't have work permits.
Making y'all send this shit back to y'all fucking country, which does not benefit the American people at fucking all. Sorry, but not motherfucking sorry. Bro, y'all got to fucking go. Y'all got to go. Now, if you come back the right way, that's perfectly fine. If you come back and you're a tax-paying citizen and all that shit right there, that's perfectly fine. I have nothing to say about that right there. The only thing I am speaking on is illegal motherfuckers that think they have the rights of American fucking citizens, which you do fucking not, bro. And we are not finna keep paying the bill for y'all motherfucking ass.
Facts.
Point blank, period. I'm not finna keep doing it. Every time I look at my motherfucking paycheck, I got a fucking deduction on my goddamn paycheck that's supporting y'all motherfucking ass, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. I stand behind Trump 100% when it comes to these deportations. If you're not an American fucking citizen, if you did not come here legally, if your paperwork is not fucking correct, your ass need to go, bro.
And I 100% agree with him. I don't know how much more y'all, because see, people act like they really hate Trump, but they agree with him. They don't want to go against what the community is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, they don't want to be ostracized or outcast by the community by saying, yo, I agree with Trump on this, or he was absolutely right on that. They don't want to be to show themselves to actually be rocking with him. And so the popular thing to do is either to not support him or to stay quiet. But people know what's up. They agree with it, and I don't know who disagree with it unless you're an illegal migrant into this country.
I'm not gonna lie. Y'all niggas down there in LA got me pissed off this morning, my nigga. Now, for the simple fact that y'all down there just tearing up shit, just tearing down the whole Los Angeles for no fucking reason, bro, just let me know y'all really don't give a fuck about these people, these so-called people that y'all motherfucker doing all this for. Because for the simple fact that you niggas sat down there and destroyed the Kobe and Gigi mural, bro, just let me know, bro. I don't give a fuck about y'all no more, bro. I hope ICE freaking...
They destroyed the Kobe Bryant mural?
Oh my god.
Oh, we are covering that shit right after this.
Oh whoa. Wow.
Oh my god.
deport every single one.
I did not know that. We gotta check that out.
One of y'all, bro, because this is what the fuck y'all do, bro. Y'all use situations like this just to go around fucking town burning it up. Now, what the fuck is y'all burning and destroying shit for in the goddamn city? Y'all supposed to be fucking mad at the ICE agents. The buildings and the murals and all this shit didn't do nothing to y'all. So I'm not understanding why the fuck is y'all down there tearing the fucking city up, burning cars and all this shit, my nigga. Like, this shit is gonna solve something. And then y'all want to be down there, and it's truthfully, it's only Mexicans, because they're the only people down there. Y'all down there burning down cars and shit, and then you want to be in fucking waving the Mexican flag and shit. Like, bro, what is you doing? If you love Mexico so bad, go the fuck back, my nigga. That's the whole point of this shit. So I'm telling you, bro, that when I seen that they messed up Kobe and Gigi mural, bro, that's when I was all like, you know what? I don't give a fuck about them. ICE, do your job. And the National Guard is coming soon too. So I hope they deport every single one of you niggas down there for that shit, bro. Y'all really pissed me off with that. And y'all for y'all to be from California, y'all know how much Kobe and Gigi mean to us, nigga. But y'all don't give a fuck, bro. Y'all just want to be down there tearing shit up. And for that, I ain't got no respect for y'all. I don't care what's going on. I don't care if your mom's been here 40 years. If she ain't legal, get the fuck out of here. Just like that, bro. Since y'all want to be tearing up shit for no fucking reason, bro, fuck y'all too. And y'all waving the Mexican flag and tearing shit down and burning up cars is not helping y'all case to stay up.
And people are finally starting to wake up, and I'm excited for it. At
Man.
some point, you're going to wake up and say, you know what? Maybe we did get it wrong. Maybe we should not, because people show who they truly are. They show who they truly are. Let me know what y'all think inside of the comments. Make sure to tap to the Patreon link is in the description. Teach Hanley 40% off your first order. 20.
Newsom, you've got some splaining to do.
Yeah.
You are gonna be losing the black vote like crazy.
Totally.
I want to see that. Those. Oh my. Wow. Oh, this was a while ago.
Vandals have defaced a Kobe Bryant mural. It is now completely covered by graffiti, including profanity. The mural is located on the side of a building at the corner of 14th and Main Streets. Authorities have not yet identified anyone responsible for the vandalism. A GoFundMe has been started to redo that mural.
Yeah, but do you know what? Just
Damn.
these people, I swear to God.
What is the reasoning for that?
I have a bit of a hypothesis for why that happens. It's because they just, a lot of these people, they're bored. They're just bored.
Wow. That's kind of a weird way to.
I know
the definition of bored, not being able to, leave, do what I normally do and even work. So I totally understand that, how that could happen, but I don't know. It's just, I know you can do some weird stuff when you're bored. It's true, but wow. But still,
Yeah.
you got to have some I don't know. There's
these people, I swear to God, I mean,
yeah, there's no logical reason for that. I'm sorry.
No, and I'm sorry, but like let me tell you this, for anybody who says, why aren't you supporting this? It's like, how can I support shitty behavior like that?
Mm-hmm. Oh, totally. Yeah. Crazy.
A lot of protests, a lot of orchestrated and organized chaos in this world that will absolutely be disrupting Donald J. Trump. Now, how will he deal with these types of destructions? It's something.
I really mean it, people. I absolutely mean it. Do you not understand that with this going on, and the Democratic Party neglecting the black votes, the black people, the black voters?
Oh yeah.
In favor of these fucking, these
more Democratic voters. Yeah, that's why they're bribing them.
Yep, it's all because the thing is that they know that they lost the black vote,
or the majority of it, at least, or half of it. I don't know.
Black men, black women. I'm not sure, but I know that I did see that the statistics of the ones who voted for Trump are vastly black men.
Yeah. Huh.
At least in the black community. Yeah. Black men and also Gen X. So X, you Gen X is the fucking my generation, millennials, we soy boys all around, majority Democrat.
Well, a lot of you guys are actually the ones that are really coming around.
But
the rest of us,
well, mostly the ones who are male, who are voting, the male voters who voted Democrat were predominantly, and still are predominantly, millennial. Because a lot of these people are socialists. A lot of my generation are socialists.
Well, they just been brainwashed in school. Same with my generation, honestly.
but it's your responsibility to realize that all that stuff was horseshit.
Well, it's a combination, but there's a lot of quote unquote woke people my generation too. Trust me. I mean,
The
I
woke
know
stuff
the
happened
people
was
very well, and they're goners. I mean, I hate to say it. Love those guys, but it's just like, wow. Yeah.
yeah.
Thing that we're going to be talking about here. We got some libertarians saying some crazy, wild stuff here, like they usually do. But I think it's worth considering the actual facts of this case, what's really going on here, and just how fast a lot of this kind of is expanding and probably will be expanding in major liberal democratic cities and states all throughout the United States, creating a very kind of tense situation for everyone, just like we saw during the BLM riots, all of which we were predicting. We were saying, hey, guys, just wait until the summer. We're building up to something grand, something big here. And I think we are finally seeing it right now. As, of course, it looks like a lot of online internet sleuths have just identified the man that was throwing rocks at DHS vehicles in Los Angeles yesterday. There was other protesters that decided to conduct weird acts of property damage that had nothing to do with ICE or immigration. Again, we're going to be talking about and showing you all this stuff. Subscribe, click the notification button. But they just decided, oh, there's a random truck here. Let's pour gas on it. And then I wonder what's going to happen next. Oh, yeah, that seems like a very smart, wise decision. Yeah, let's get right up on it. Oh, yeah.
Oh my
What are
god.
you doing? What did you think?
Oh my god, you know that mother. I'm sorry to say it's awful,
Mm-hmm.
but you know this motherfucker's face was on fire
Right up
immediately.
on it.
Whoa.
and he was wearing a mask. Those masks are flammable.
Oh
yeah.
my god, he's
so
a
you-
burn victim now. Ooh.
yeah.
Well,
because
I mean, it serves. I
You-
mean, I don't normally wish. I don't wish anything like that, but
I
you
don't
know,
wish it. I don't,
if you're doing that shit, if you're vandalizing like that and burning someone else's property, then I'm sorry, but fuck you. You
and
know.
what kind of a fucking retard
Yeah.
leans forward when something is about to fucking when you're someone throwing fire on gasoline, you lean into it, you stupid
Yeah.
son of a fucking bitch.
Wow.
These are voters. These are voters.
Damn.
These are fucking voters. I'm sorry, but do you know what? I actually holistically, I heard this one place. I heard this here, and I'm starting to because it just clears the insanity out. I mean, I understand that this is going to be very controversial, but it's that kind of fucking shit that makes people say, do you know what? Only people who serve in the military can vote. We're going to go back to the 1920s. I'm sorry. We're going back to the 19 teens, World War One, because this is getting fucking out of control. This is stupid. People who fucking have never stepped foot on a battlefield want to send people out to war to die while they sit down and drink their fucking morning lattes.
That's insane.
No, and I'm starting. This is gonna sound crazy, but it's stupid shit like this that makes me think that, do you know what? Maybe the right is on to something. Because when we empower people, it's not the smart ones who take and run with it. It's the idiots.
Yeah.
What are you doing? What did you think was going to happen here? As A lot of protesters burned cars, burned property, damaged property, vandalized property, and then were waving their Mexican flags here. As we have White Lenka saying, it's funny that people with the Mexican flag believe that the worst possible punishment is to go to Mexico.
So let me ask you. Let me ask you this here. I want to ask the cards something if you have them on you.
Yeah. Okay, I'll do the card reading. All right, that's cool. I got him.
Because is this to flip? Are these riots going to basically be the first step to not just how should I say this? I'm just gonna ask you: is this the first sign that California is about to flip red, like full blown? Maybe not every county, of course, but if they take LA County because of this shit, California's flipping red.
I could, yeah, I'll look into it. Okay. 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 Actually, I'm gonna hold on a second.
Take your time, everybody, take your time.
Okay, I got the moon. I got Page of Cups.
The
And
moon.
Did I pull more?
Sure. What did you say? What did you pull out thus far? The moon, Page of Cups, and what?
And the Magician.
It's
hard to say.
Is this a smoke screen?
Yeah.
This is
There's something else underlying this. You know what I wonder is, will we go into martial law? Just all the places that have the sanctuary cities. As far as the political leanings, it's kind of mixed. I mean, there may be. Okay, my sense is it already has, but they're not revealing that. And it's like they're because the Magician's also a trickster card, or it can be, and the moon is behind the scenes, so I think it pretty much already is. But they're not revealing that publicly, because if the people, if the nation knew that, and if that is to be known publicly, would really damage. It would be like if it was made known that they lost California, then it really would be a defeat for the Dems. So I think it already has, but they're just not broadcasting it.
If anything, if you look at, and on that note, if you look on the map of the most recent voting, yeah, California Trump actually took California. They called it for Harris, but you look at the whole freaking area, besides some San Diego and the coastal areas, the whole state of California was practically red.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I honestly think that that's another reason of what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. So my answer is yes, but it's not going to be made known for a while, or it's not going to be put out there because they don't want to admit. Well, it would just be a big loss for them, a big defeat for them. So they're not going to openly say that. But I pretty much think that it already is it already is going in that direction.
Oh, nice.
U.S. General Michael Flynn said that the Antifa goal for the summer is to counter Trump at every single turn of his presidency. President Trump said, from now on, masks will not be allowed, and called Governor Newsom incompetent. Now, I have a mixed feeling about this mask stuff and this Palantir stuff that some people are talking about here. But clearly, last night we have seen the need for federal intervention as the National Guard swooped in order to deal with the huge amounts of protests that were disrupting the ICE federal facility from conducting its immigration raids and its deportations, as Donald Trump sent 2,000 troops to this protest, as this protest started on Friday when ICE agents who were arresting immigrants across the city were dealt with a lot of people protesting them. And then, of course, this built up to smaller protests and then bigger protests. We have seen storefronts that were smashed, fires that were started. And again, it's not really that smart to light fires in Los Angeles, of all places, like we learned recently. There was a field that was lit on fire by some protesters. There's people like literally coming in there like with bottles of water trying to douse it out.
How to kill all mosquitoes in the area in just minutes. This simple but brilliant trick you can do tonight to eliminate all.
And why are you trying to light entire fields on fire in Los Angeles? After the night of protest, military trucks rolled up to the, quote, Hall of Justice near City Hall. Troops were spotted driving through Paramount, one of the hardest hit areas. Trump applauded the guard and slammed
Okay,
LA Mayor
let's skip.
Looks like one of the guardsmen is shot of luck without any mask. Yeah, not the easiest of situations to deal with. Talk about a high pressure situation, as of course there were a number of hot spots, as a lot of these protests now are probably going to be happening in New York, in places like Chicago, in places like Washington, D.C., probably Baltimore, and many others. Now, Donald Trump is still trying to conduct a mass deportation operation, and there's a lot of these sanctuary cities with sanctuary city status that are being granted free healthcare, free services, free housing, that don't want to let go of their new immigrants that they have incentivized to come into the United States, that a lot of corporations are taking advantage of when it comes to, of course, hiring them and not hiring Americans. There's a lot to debate here.
That's why no one is getting any work.
Mm-hmm.
Because they would rather pay $5 an hour for the same job for an illegal. if not less.
Especially when it comes to the kind of Koch brothers plan here. But we're going to talk about this kind of ICE operation since some governors are complying. The governor of Illinois absolutely is not complying. But before talking about that and some of the more kind of unhinged libertarian and right-wing takes on here, because there's some, we want to tell you about LukeUnfiltered.com. If you haven't signed up to LukeUnfiltered.com, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? In mid-July. Then we are also going to be participating with Donald Trump's deportation efforts, as well as a lot of other kind of right-wing conservative states that said, you know what, yeah, we'll help you. If someone here is illegally, especially if they're a criminal, we're going to make sure that they get kicked out. States like Washington, Oregon, California, Illinois have been making sure to sabotage federal efforts every way that they can, especially with the court systems, especially when it comes to applying resources, especially when it comes to lying to federal agents. There's federal agent raids that are being called out on social media before they actually happen. There's people within the ICE agencies that are going on social media within the federal government and saying, hey, they're going to raid this area and this area soon here. Cooperation between local law enforcement usually creates leaks. And a lot of the raids, a lot of the deportations, a lot of the criminals, in many instances that the federal government wants to, bring back to their home country of origin so they don't criminalize the local population, they're prevented from doing that. Now, it looks like California definitely is conducting a lot of kind of legal lawfare along with federal judges. And when it comes to this kind of lawless behavior, I mean, I just saw National Guard. I didn't see LAPD there, which is very interesting, as this heavy kind of military presence seen in downtown Los Angeles is probably going to be consistent. And this is going to now create the Streisand effect, and this is going to create a major center where people will gather and people will protest here. There's also a lot of reports of pallets of bricks that are being delivered to LA. I haven't independently verified this myself here, but the governor of California gave his verbal pallet of bricks to the people by saying, quote, the federal government is taking over the California National Guard and deploying 2,000 soldiers in Los Angeles, not because there's a shortage of law enforcement. I didn't see LAPD do jack-itch. I haven't seen them in any of these crazy wild videos. There's people literally burning fields on fire and cars on fire. And he's like, there's no shortage of police officers. As there's people literally doing wheelies. They're Mexican flag. Take Whitey out. Whitey out. No. Immigration me vete. No. I'm going to stop. But he says, Gavin Newsom, but because they want a spectacle. I don't think Donald Trump wants a spectacle. I think he wants to make sure that his agents are able to conduct their jobs and they're able to conduct his goal, which is to deport a bunch of people that came here illegally that, of course, are going to be the future Democratic powerhouse voters of California. We have seen Reagan, especially with the immigration policies that he implemented, that have created a scenario and situation where California is now overwhelmingly blue. Before that, it was red. As Gavin Newsom says, don't give them a spectacle. Okay. Never use violence. Speak out peacefully. That wasn't happening. Okay. That's a.
What's your input on this? What is that actually to come of this at the end of the day? I know I let that rant run for quite a while.
Mm-hmm. I'm wondering if there's going to be martial law either down in that area or possibly the whole state, or if it breaks out nationwide, possibly nationwide.
Do not let him call in. He needs to take a shit. He's got the worst farts on the planet. You go shit. You stink.
What timing. I love it.
If only he knew this is being recorded live.
He will later on.
I don't know if he
Oh.
watches us, but I don't think he does.
No, just anybody. But if there's a future audience member who watches this, that was that was hilarious.
It was. I got it.
We got a nice sound bite, everybody. Well, that's what this show brings you: unpredictability.
Will there be martial law in the next 2 months? Within the next, or possibly,
Yeah, within the next 8 weeks.
yeah, within the next 8 weeks, will there be martial law?
Yeah, I'm getting that sense that there actually is, and there actually absolutely is going to be. Yeah, I mean, it just absolutely will, because I just can't.
Five of Wands. Well, that's what's going on. Ace of Swords. That's a hard yes.
Yeah.
But the Lover's card in this case is partnership. So yeah,
There is going to be a partnering happening here, and I'm laughing. It's because of. It's like, that's good. I love it. None of this is being edited out.
So yeah, Five of Wands. Fortunately, with the Five of Wands, five is usually, or wands. Well, it's chaos. It's all the chaos.
Yeah, it's the riots going on right now.
It's yeah.
What's
It's
being.
And yes, there's going to be Ace of Swords. So there's definitely, we're going to get some news. We're going to get some information and a notification. And yeah, whether you want to say this is the alliance or the white hats, or if it's just people in our current administration that are gonna
Are we going through a Cold War here? Not a hot war, but is this the signs? Is this just a battle of a Cold War between the left and the right?
I mean, they're partnering up, like, yeah, he's sending all the troops and stuff. So I think, yeah, because he's, sending the Marines down now, and the National Guard, and just so everyone's coming out this way, all the military and stuff. So I think, yeah. So I did get an ace, so that's a hard yes. That there's definitely going to be an intervention, and I wouldn't be surprised, if we do have martial law later this summer, within the next months.
Is this going to be the end of California as we know it? Like, are we going to go back to the olden California, from maybe not exactly, but more of a red, middle class, or at least working class centric state?
Will California go back to its roots?
Yes, because it's the People's Republic of California.
The People's Republic, yeah. Will it go back to
being a red state, like before the 90s?
Being a republic, being a
Red.
In what it was. I mean, of course, it's not going to go back exactly because times have changed, and
Well,
it
of
is.
course.
That was probably what 50, 60 years ago. So it's not going to be exactly like that, but will it be akin to that in some aspects? The Fool, yes, that's a new beginning. We're going to have
Nice.
a yep, a brand new start, a fresh start. And oh, the Five of Pentacles. But you know what I get from the Five of Pentacles is it is going to come with
oh yeah, this change is not gonna go down lightly or
with
peacefully.
those that have. It's not like everyone's going to be thrown out, but maybe, like the people that came in through the open borders and stuff, yes, they will be taken out. And just the people that are here unlawfully, and they're going to be upset. There's going to be a lot of and there are people who are going to resent.
Who are gonna predominantly be the people that resent? Is it gonna be just gonna be the gated community peeps, or is it going to be the black community? Because thus far I see the black community,
Yeah, it's just
especially the black working class, they
yeah,
are they're done with the Democrats. They're
that they're not, they're no longer going to have the quote unquote benefits that they've had. It's going to be a lot's going to be taken away that way. And there's a faction that's not going to be happy. I'll just put it that way. But yes, yeah, the outcome is the Nine of Cups. That's wish fulfillment. That's your ducks in a row things. That's definitely a tide turning. But the other meaning of the Five of Pentacles is it could also be that we're coming out of this. Like, I didn't see it that way, but
oh
now that I'm looking at it, like, we're gonna have a brand new start. Like, those that have been in this state are no longer are gonna suddenly find themselves in this state. Like, I mean, yes, there will be a faction of people that were here unlawfully. I'm not talking about, oh, you're working on a visa from another country and you're going to be booted out. Not, no, 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 no. That's not what I mean at all. If you're here lawfully, through a visa, through, if you're a visit, you're, if you married a citizen, if, it could be, if you're working towards citizenship, of course you're going to be fine as long as you're not breaking the law and you're not a criminal. You're going to be fine. It's just the people that are here unlawfully and committing crimes, like, they are going to be taken out. But the other way that I'm reading this is that California, all these people that have been impoverished or living below their living above their means or below their, they're homeless, they're hungry, they're unemployed. That that is going to change. That is going to shift. Things are going to be better. I don't know when. I don't know, that I can't predict, but oh, and I got the Six of Cups, and this is a nostalgia card, but it's also like, in terms of this, yes, it will be akin to what it was. We are going back to what we used to be as a state, and we are going to be akin to that. I mean, of course it's not going to be exact, but it's going to be akin to that, and people are going to be very happy here. The
So
ASIC, yeah, that's fulfillment. That's
California is not going to be California anymore.
oh no. Yep, it's going to be affluent again, very abundant. Uh, and the people here will be very happy, and yeah, it's going to be that place again. It's going to be that place again. This is a wonderful reading, actually. I'm very happy with it. So I think there's a breakthrough in the near future, in the very near future, probably within the next year. But I it's going to be a crazy summer. That's what we're looking at. Crazy summer, possibly even well into the fall. But I think wintertime there's going to be. Let me look at what could we foresee this winter. What will the winter? I know I'm jumping ahead here, but I'm kind of curious. What will winter of 2025, the holiday season, what could we anticipate? Knight of Wands, a new opportunity. Yeah. But it also could be military, so Five of Swords. So yeah, I'm getting a lot of military kind of stuff. Oh, wait, the devil. Okay. They're going to take down the deep state.
Nice.
They're gonna,
Nice. You heard it here, folks. This is the first.
but
This is a.
predicting that, but yeah, the cards are showing that they're going to be taken
But
out.
this is the. Yeah, because
by the whatever you want to call it, if you want to call it a white hat, if you want to call it the alliance, if you just want to call it this present administration and those working with them. Yeah.
and it's also in Los Angeles where all of those rituals, if you know what I'm talking about,
Yeah.
are really take place. Is that what this is about more so, or is it and they're using the Mexicans at this the Mexican immigrants as a smokescreen, but it's predominantly that he's taking out the headquarters. Because that's there, because that is pretty much the DS headquarters, Los Angeles. And I'm wondering, something just popped into my head, if the Democrats are using Mexico as an excuse or the Mexicans as a pawn for something that's, and they're saying, oh, well, he's getting rid of the illegals, he's getting rid of these immigrants, but holistically, he's getting rid of not just the cartels, but also the awful fuckery that goes on and has been going on for decades down in those areas in Los Angeles.
Six of Swords. Yes. Look at that. Look at that image.
To safe shores.
And yeah, and it's like he's riding in a boat and he's taking these two with them. So to me, when I see that, it almost looks like, they're akin to those that have been victimized, and it's like they're being rescued. They're being brought from that ugly, horrible place they were, and they're giving them sanctuary. Yeah. And the King of Cups, you know, it's cup energy is heart energy, very much feeling, you know, so it's an act of love towards them and towards the rest of us. They're bringing us, yeah, it's like there's an exodus happening, you know, where it's like the story in Exodus, you know, we're leaving Egypt, you know, we're yeah, we're going to the promised land. New leadership.
Is this so? Wow.
Yeah, we're yep. Yeah.
So this is a smoke screen for something bigger.
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot more happening.
Because they know that the common folk is stupid, and they're gonna say, "Oh, well, it's because it's because of they make it about race all the time. Oh, it's because it's they're Mexican and this that and the third." It's like that's one faction, but like look where all this havoc and this craziness is. What else goes on in those areas?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly think that it's far more than what the MSM is saying.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm getting that. I think you're right. I think
It's because LA is the headquarters of a lot of underground markets. If you want to talk about, if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah. Hey, thanks. Let's see.
What's your input? Is that what it's ultimately about?
I think so. I do.
Let's continue on.
You're right on about.
Well, as are you. Okay, let's continue on with some of this. Okay, I'm getting bored. But that is pretty much yeah, what's really freaking going on here. So I want to know, how is this going to end up for Mexicans?
How's this going to end up for Mexicans? You mean that's kind of, so do you mean the people?
No, like the country, the government, the Mexican government, because 47's trying to get rid of them from 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 California.
Well, not, obviously, we want to make that clear. This is not, people that are here lawfully and legally and
Yeah, of course, and we're not talking about like the ones who are here prior.
also like stewards of society and stuff.
Yeah, we're not talking about that. We're talking about recent ones that have been coming in and out like crazy within the past like 5-10 years.
Okay, so what's going to happen with is he going to be able to send them back to their countries of origins? And it's not just Mexico, it could also be
Oh, it's all over the world.
no,
Central America, like Belize.
not Argentina, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Argentina's in South America.
South America, Colombia, or Brazil, or wherever, Venezuela. What's going to happen with them? Wheel of Fortune. So there's going to be a shift, hopefully for the better. There's going to be a balance, Six of Pentacles. There's going to be a shift. Well, I mean, it looks to me like it's going to be a win-win, but for, if they really truly are criminals, they're going to get what's coming. I get Eight of Wands. They're going to get what's coming to them. Yeah, whatever their karma was, they're going to get what's coming. There's going to be a shift. There's going to be a balance. Things are just going to be balanced again, and it'll be for the better. Yeah, and they're coming in. They're on it. They're on it.
Is P47, even though I think we said his name already, is P47, negotiating to take for these other countries to try to find a way to keep their people.
Oh, to keep their sovereignty. And
Yeah.
Okay, is P47 going to work with other world leaders
Because I think because I mean
the mess, and at least to deal with the criminals accordingly, and to bring back balance in their nations, the rightful nations, so they don't have these problems. The Empress, that's an absolute yes, and in a very good way. Queen of Swords, they're going to work with them. They're going to be very fair. The Lovers, that's a partnership. Yes, working together, alliance,
so
negotiate. They're going to come up with a plan that, and it's especially going to be good for the children, the safety of the citizens and the children.
Yeah, it's good.
And the Fool, and they're going to have a new beginning too. That's going to be better for their nations. And they will no longer be like this, because this is how they've been living. But they're no longer going to have that. Yeah. Yeah, their nations are going to shift for the better too. you know. So it's good. Divine timing. Yeah. Temperance.
Good.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And that's what we want for everybody. You know, it's not me versus you, us versus them. It's everybody in their own, whether it's here or elsewhere, living, you know, harmoniously, safely, um, having at minimum basic needs met, and just having sovereignty and having peace, and feeling, but at the same time, feeling safe, but feeling free too, to be,
Yeah, absolutely.
to, not have to worry about, not to be under so much stress, and just that they all will have a chance uh, to pro- to produce, to to live well. And yeah, so I think we're gonna, and I know Bo and so many talk about it, like we're coming into a season where we will have, um I mean, he predicts it'll be like 7 or 8 years of peace and prosperity and happiness, but he does say that down the line that, there will be, we will have to deal with the dark again. And I don't quite know whether it's an AI thing, uh, or another, in another surgence of the beast system. But yeah, hopefully it won't be too long. But that's kind of further down the road anyway, and I'd rather focus on the positive for now because we need that.
We do.
Hmm. But anyway, I don't know. What do you say? You think, do you feel pretty, like, complete, or
At least regarding about regarding about this topic, did we cover Newsom? Like, Newsom actually started
yes,
getting up, getting on P-47's behind, if you know what I'm saying.
what's that? I'm sorry.
Newsom is pretty uptight.
You know what? I think for now we'll call it a day. But yeah, as far as Newsom goes, he is calling for his arrest, the president, for negligence. And so I think we're gonna see some stuff come.
Yeah, I think we should touch a little bit more on stuff like this
Hmm.
on the LA riots.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be short lived, but I think more is gonna come from it. And it's just gonna, I think it's gonna, unfortunately, be the duration of this summer into fall. But and Kim Clement said they will fall in the fall. They will
Hmm.
fall. So I think after that, we will be seeing, heading into, we will go from the murky waters to, beautiful crystal clear, calm waters, into beautiful land. We will find ourselves in a better place.
Fantastic.
Yeah. So I think this is the precursor to that, you know, down without a fight, you know, it's just the way it is. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I don't want to freak everybody out and say, oh, yeah, you know, plan for 6 months of food and buy a bunch of canned food that you don't like and spam and all this stuff that, you know, and waste your money. And, you know, I don't want to, or go in your underground bunker. Like, I'm not going to, like,
Yeah, we're not saying you could,
I mean,
you could, you
you
get,
or to get, you know, some extra water, some extra food, you know, for the time being, because you might need it for a while. You never know. But it looks like that time is just pretty much around. You know, we might be seeing it pretty soon. So yeah,
nice.
I
I
mean,
like it.
but you know, it looks very likely.
All right. Well, that sounds promising. We'll see you everybody Wednesday.
All right, sounds
Right.
good. So much, and have a beautiful rest of your night.